Welcome back to The Time of Your Life. I'm your host, Ethel Rasmussen. Caregiving is rewarding, but it can also be very challenging and affect the health of the caregiver. Jill Hall, Division Chief for the Senior Centers and Community Services Division at the Department of Aging, will share info about the new program to support caregivers. Jill, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ethel.
I understand that the Department of Aging will be offering the nationally recognized Aging Mastery Program in Baltimore County. Can you share information about this exciting evidence-based program?
Sure. We're very pleased to be offering this program from the National Council on Aging. It has been offered so far in about 200 locations to about 7,000 people, and it's based on the philosophy that, as people get older, they weren't planning in the past to have such a long life. So this gift of longevity that we have now, they're not really planning for. So the program looks at giving them concrete steps that they can use to improve their physical health, their financial wellness, and then also get more engaged in the community. Because in the past, you would often sort of retire and do a few things, but you wouldn't actually connect back in the community as much. So this program really looks at providing you with sustainable tips that are based on your own personal goals of how you need to add to your life so that you can live a longer, well life in the future.
So can you share with us who would benefit from taking this class?
Right now, the first program we're going to offer is the Aging Mastery Program for Caregivers. So this is specifically targeted to people who are either taking care of somebody or think in the future they'll be taking care of somebody. And it's not, a permanent 24/7 type of caregiving. It could be somebody who has a parent who needs assistance in paying their bills or managing their appointments. So any kind of person who's taking on that caregiving role, this first class that we're going to do is targeted toward that.
And when will this class be offered?
We're starting on March 1st, and it goes through May 24th. It's being offered at the Pikesville Senior Center for 2 hours on Thursday evenings. So from 6:30 to 8:30 on Thursday evenings at the Pikesville Senior Center, which is just above the Pikesville Library. It's very convenient right off I-695.
So can you tell our viewers how they could register for the class?
Sure. What you want to do is call the Caregivers office for Baltimore County Department of Aging, so that's 410-887-4724, and you'll register with just your contact information, and then at the first class you'll actually pay for the program, which is $35.
Okay, on a separate note, the Department of Aging is expanded its role of social media to educate the public about services and programs the agency offers, including the Aging Mastery Program. Can you share with our viewers how they can become more connected with the Department of Aging?
Sure. We found that older adults are really involved in Facebook. They're probably the most growing population in that that use that platform. So we have actually 2 Facebook accounts. One is for the Department of Aging, and it gives you tips on anything related to health or the resources that we offer with the department. Also, this year we're celebrating our 40th anniversary, so it will be talking about things that we did 40 years ago. So we'll have Throwback Thursdays, we have health information, caregiving information, and then often we'll be posting pictures of events that are happening at the senior centers, so you'll be able to find out what programs are happening in the community. Our other Facebook is for our Get Ready, Get Set, Get Fit 5K. And that is an annual event that we have. It's being hosted on September 16th of this year. And the tips that we post on that Facebook page are related to healthy exercise and fitness, as well as logistical items for the race. So when is packet pickup and where it's being held and when to register, those sort of things. So we have the 2 Facebook accounts. We also have an Instagram, and the Instagram is basically our snapshot in a day of things that are relative to healthy aging, living longer, living well, or activities that are happening in the agency and senior centers or our conferences and educational programs. So that's just a picture with some short information. It's really good to sort of just keep up, sort of a what's happening today type thing. And then the last way we're embarking with social media is a Flickr account. And that one is basically an online photo album. So when we would go out and take pictures of events, a lot of people would say, well, how do I get a copy of that picture? And so we've been able to put all of the albums for each senior center plus our county events onto the Flickr account, so people can go and they can see themselves and download pictures, or they can just get an idea of what happens at the centers and the conferences through the pictures that we have up on those accounts.
Okay, thank you, Jill, for this informative segment.
Thank you.
We're going to take a short break. When we return, learn about the Department of Aging's Home Team program. That's great. Just stay here for a second.